Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together and help us welcome on stage our beloved mentors, Founders Diamonds Going Camp, Ankur and Tharu Gupta!
I'm Ankur and this is my wife Tharu, and we've been in this business for more than 18 years. Sounds like a really long time. I used to work in the chip design industry. I have a bachelor's in electrical engineering, went to IIT Delhi, then used to work for this VLSI company for 6 years. And somewhere along the way saw this business. A friend of mine showed this to me, and I didn't understand much, but something about this business went inside me and something hit me. And I fell in love with it, started exploring it more, started liking what was going on here, and got committed to building it. And hopefully we'll be able to show a slice of our life to you today, and hopefully we'll be able to get inside your skin. That's our goal. If we can get inside your skin and bring some change from inside out, we'll be successful. Tharu has an MBA in HR. She used to work in the hotel industry. And we have a lot of things to share with you. Our son, we have 2 kids. We have a son, 12 years. A daughter is 6 years. And life is just simply awesome. Our son is in class 7 now. And he has got all the subjects on him now. I was just going through his new curriculum because school's just opened, and he's got an English, and Hindi, a Kannada, he's got history, civics, geography, he's got maths, physics, chemistry, biology. When I was young, there used to be a subject called SUPW, socially useful productive work, which I used to call socially useless productive, unproductive work, but that used to be there. And then there's a subject we used to be there in our school called ethics. I hope, how many of you had all these subjects too? Everybody goes through the same torture, right? But the one subject which they missed, which I feel should have been there and should be there now, it should be called success. Unfortunately, that subject is missing in all of school curriculum and in all of college curriculum as well. They never taught that to me when I was doing my engineering. And it's just missing. Probably the reason they don't have that subject in school is because they have a tough time finding a teacher to teach that subject. Because you cannot teach the subject of success without being successful yourself in whatever success you're trying to teach them. And that's not an easy job, to find somebody to teach the kids how to become successful. So when I entered this business, and just like some of you are sitting here for the first time, I had a first seminar, a first conference, a first meeting, and they were talking about success, and they were talking about a pattern of success. They handed me some success talks, some case studies. I went through them. They were talking about a pattern of success. They gave me some books to read, and they were talking about a pattern of success as well. And what I noticed was that all of them had a certain formula for creating success in anything that you want to do. And it's a 4-step process. You have a dream, you set a goal, you make a game plan, and once you make a game plan, you forget the dream and the goal, and you get into action, and over a period of time, you reach your dreams, and they all come true. The problem was that I had never gone through this process before of setting a dream and then setting a goal. And so when they asked me for the first time, I know in the seminar, so who wants a massive house? Whose dream is a house? And a lot of people raised their hands. And I was like, I'm okay in one room. It's okay right now. Because I was not really able to dream at that time. I was dream dry, you can call it. I had this urge to change something in my life, to do something big, but I couldn't put a finger and say, this is my dream. They said, who would like to drive BMWs? And I was not sure really, because I was driving a Bajaj scooter at that time. And that seemed a little far, It was Bajaj Motor Works rather than Byers Motor Works, BMW. So, and then, they gave me this book by Napoleon Hill. There was this billionaire, the first billionaire in the world, they say Andrew Carnegie. He was a steel magnate, and he wanted to teach the rest of the world the secret to success. And he commissioned this famous writer, Napoleon Hill, and he said, I will pay you whatever money is required. I would like you to go out and do a research and take interviews of all the billionaires out there in the world today, especially in the United States, and then write a success philosophy, a philosophy of success. And that was a time when all these big people were alive all at the same time, the Henry Fords, the Rockefellers, the Edisons, and it was a wonderful time in the history of the world. He met them, he researched them, and after 18 long years, he wrote a series of books. And guess what? What is the first chapter in each of these books? Dream and desire. What is the second chapter? A definite chief aim. So a dream, a goal, a game plan, and action. That's what all it was all about everywhere. The only issue was, how do you identify your dream? I don't think actually dreaming is a big problem. Dreaming is not a big problem. Especially for girls, dreaming is not a problem at all. You ask them to tell the list of their dreams, what all they'd like to have, and in 5 minutes they'll tell you 20 things. And you ask a guy, can you tell me the list of dreams that you have? In 20 minutes, he'll tell you one thing. And that too with a lot of hesitation. And he would have right-sized it, downsized it, correct-sized it, and so on and so forth. Because the more knowledge you have, the more logic you have, the more difficult it becomes to dream. When you get your paycheck and you know how much it is, when you know what is the rate of taxation, when you know the rate of inflation, and when you know the rate of salary hike every year, after that, dreams are very difficult to dream really. Because your brain starts calculating, 2 plus 2 is 4. And that is why we become dream dry after a while. But unfortunately, the process of success cannot be defined. It just works, and it works for everybody, whether you believe it or you don't believe it. It works for everyone. Our subconscious mind is like a heat-seeking missile. You just give it a target, you put enough heat into it, and you release the missile, and it just keeps going behind the target, doesn't matter where the target goes. It keeps seeking the heat, and it will hit that object and destroy it. That's how it works. But you need to give it a goal, you need to give it a dream, you need to give it a picture, a visualization. If we don't give it, if we keep applying the logic, it just doesn't work. And that's what was starting to happen to me. They asked me to write goals and put pictures on the refrigerator, and I would have a tough time about what pictures should I put. Because the pictures that I wanted to put, I thought they were not possible. The pictures that I thought were possible were not the ones I wanted. And there was this eternal confusion about my own dreams. But then I decided, if all these people are talking about dreams and goals, let us write something. Let us put something. Let us start somewhere. And I made a dream book many, many, many years back. I bought this big sketching book, a big one with this blue cover. It had this thick paper for sketching. And I started cutting pictures and pasting in that dream book. And I'll show you some of those pictures today. I also started writing a dream in a written form as a self-talk. And it had all the key ingredients in it. It had, at those times, the most expensive shoes you would get in India were Florsheim shoes. So it had Florsheim shoes in it. It had a black shining sedan with beige interiors. It had a big mansion. It had, greenery. And it had a beautiful wife in it. I was single at that time. And there was this self-talk that I wrote. And I wrote it. I stuck it in there. But my belief level on it was very low. Because I was following the process, but I wouldn't trust it too much. Because my training was to doubt and to be skeptical and to test theories before really believing them. But over the years, as time went by, I'm so happy to tell you that whether I believed in them or not, they all came to pass. And that's the good news. The bad news is that the ones which you have put will also come to pass. Why is it bad news? Because when they will happen 8 years, 10 years, 15 years down the line, you will wish I had put a bigger picture. I wish I had put more things there, because they just came true. Uncannily, they will just come together and start happening, but you cannot go back and change them. You can only change them forward, not backwards. You can only set more things now for the next 10 years to happen. But you cannot go back and change your life. So, the earlier we can wake up, earlier we can agree, earlier we can accept, earlier we can go back home and really start pasting our dreams, and our life's cycle of achievement will start happening. The old programming that was there in me, the old programming was money is the root of evil. The old programming was people who are very wealthy, they do it by hook or by crook. They do it through dishonest means. It hurts other people to become wealthy. Those were the programmings in my mind. They were wrong programmings. And that's why we don't set really big goals. We don't set audacious, huge goals, really. We are afraid of them. Unfortunately, I was in Baroda for one of our organizations doing some meetings, and there are these two people, leaders of ours, who work for this company called Sun Pharma. And the owner of this company, his goal was to become the biggest pharma company in this country and this world. And he actually did it. They are the biggest company out there today. I asked them, just imagine if this guy decides tomorrow to hang his shoes and says, enough, I have enough. I don't care about it anymore. I don't want another factory. I don't want another award. I don't want another business. I don't want another house, another car, another yacht, another plane. He says, to heck with it. What will happen to you? Gone. Over. Imagine if tomorrow our Prime Minister Narendra Modi says, enough. India is good enough the way it is. We are way better than Sudan. What will happen to the hope that we have that our country is going up and going to become one of the best in the world? We are all a part of somebody's dream and somebody's audacious goal. John F. Kennedy chose one day suddenly to declare that in 10 years we will put a man on the moon. What was there on moon? Nothing. Did they find something there? No. They didn't find mineral there, they didn't find gold there, they didn't find diamonds, they didn't find oil, nothing. They went there, came back. What happened? The point was not that. The moment that goal was set, the entire scientific machinery got into motion and more inventions were done in those 10 years than were done in 50 years before that, which improved our life. A big goal suddenly starts moving things forward. That's what it does. Imagine if you don't set a goal for platinum or ruby or emerald or diamond or founder diamond or double diamond. What happens? Your organization also stops moving. I believe that when you set a big goal, you are forced to create change in yourself. Because when you decide that I will go ruby from platinum, or I will make my volume 5 times, you have to sponsor more people. You have to be more relatable. You have to accept more people. You have to love more people. You have to speak better, do better, be better. It makes you a better human being because you have a big goal. The moment you achieve that goal, it's useless now. Let's say you set a goal of buying a BMW and you fight for achieving that and you work towards it. By the time you achieve that goal, that BMW is worth nothing anymore. Now you set a goal of a helicopter. The problem is not the BMW or the helicopter. The advantage of it is you will grow because you're setting a bigger goal than where you are right now. That's the only way to become better and to make the world a better place. Nobody benefits from a small goal, but the universe benefits when you have set a big goal. Though you don't believe it right now, though you don't trust it right now, but you need to just start the setting process. The goal setting process is where the magic is. I'm going to show you some interesting pictures here, from the dream book that I had. And can somebody just dim the lights and can you dim the lights and then just project some of the pictures? Okay, this first picture I want to bring up is, this is where we lived for 12 years. We went emerald, diamond, founder diamond in this house. Next. This picture was there in my dream book for many years. I really didn't believe it and I didn't care. I put it because they told me you have to put some pictures. That's why this picture was there in my dream book. I searched through a lot of them. When you start putting pictures, you're so afraid they might come true that you really want to put the right ones. And so I was careful, but I was not really sure, but I did put this one and the next one. This was the second one. I put 2 of them just in case, like we have a backup plan, just risk aversion kind of a thing. But this is where we live today. How about this? See, what I want to tell you is, it is almost spooky. You know what is spooky? Almost like a ghost coming true. That's what will happen. Just try it. Does it cost you to try? Try it. And if it works, what happens? You'll be on the stage talking the same thing like me, with a bunch of people not believing it. I'll show you the next one. Oh, by the way, that's the bedroom we had. We didn't bother about things. We didn't care about them. All we wanted was we were focused on getting the things done. That's what we cared about. The next one. That's our bedroom now. We go to a 5-star and stay somewhere. We feel like, my goodness, they don't keep enough standards, so we come back to our own home. How about that? And the next one. That's the dressing room that we have. And that's the living room that we had. Taru used to be so ashamed when one of our relatives would come down to Bangalore. My goodness, how do I get them to our home? Because we were not worried about outside. We knew inside where we were going. Problem is they couldn't see inside. They were only seeing outside. And we were so focused. Our team didn't bother about it. We didn't bother about it. But the next one is where it turned into now. It is a process. You set the dreams and set the goals, and they will start coming true as time goes by. The next one. This is where, that's our dining room where hundreds of our leaders have hung together and eaten food together and broken bread together. The next one. And now that's where it is now. You know, you dream it and you shall achieve it. The next one. There's an outdoor dining. We have 2 dinings. Next one. That's how we used to do our home meetings and PACE meetings. Can you believe it? People still got sponsored. Because people who have a dream will look into your eyes. They will not look around anywhere else. When they see that glitter in the eye, they will sign up and they will follow you. And the next one, that's a home theater, so-called. We used to pass it for home theater at least. And that's the current one now. We've got these nice black curtains. You press a button and they kind of draw apart like a movie theater. And the whole room dims up and it becomes dark. And we do our home meetings, our PACE meetings also over there. It's a beautiful place to live in. The next one. This picture is very interesting. Somebody asked, you know, this was the first home meeting we went to do to LA. I just got sponsored, and there was this couple who wanted to arrange a home meeting in LA. We drove 5 hours, me, Deepak and Shalini, our upline, and went to LA for a no-show. Not just no prospect came, this couple who invited us also ran away, and we were there for 4 hours waiting for them. Finally, Deepak thought, my God, this is a brand new guy who signed up. Even he might quit, so let's do some dream building for him. So he took me to Rodeo Drive, which is like the high street in LA where all the big brands are there. And he took me to Ferrari showroom and he said, you know, see these cars, you know, one day we can have a dream. He was trying to get the dream out of me. I said, I don't like race cars really, but outside next to the footpath was this car parked. It was a Jaguar. It was an older model of 1999. And I said, you know, this is the car I like really. He said, okay, take a picture in front of it. We took a picture and I just took a scan of it and put it up here. Next one. And that's a picture on my refrigerator right now because that's our next dream. That's what we want to do. Will it come true? I'm telling you it will. I don't care about it. But that's not the point. The point is having a dream and having a goal. For me, it is a tool to move forward in life. I'm not in love with a car. I don't care about the house either. But I know I will set another one and another one and another one because the day I stop setting goals and stop setting new dreams, I die. The game is over. No growth, no movement, no thinking going forward. Right? Okay, next one. You know, this one. When they asked me, okay, how much money do you want to make? My brain could not imagine much bigger than my salary. My salary was 23,000 rupees a month, so I set a goal of 25,000 rupees a month. 25,000 happened, and I had to set a new goal. So I set this goal. ED, that stood for Emerald Direct, year 2000 written in pencil there, and 1 lakh below it. So I'll go Emerald in 2000 and make 1 lakh a month. I made this design kind of a thing, and I put it on my planner, on my notebook, in my cubicle. And, you know, colleagues used to come and ask me, so what is this? I couldn't tell them this is Emerald Direct making 1 lakh part-time, right? So I used to say, this is the logo of my company when I form a company. They didn't used to ask me much, but it came true. We did not just make that money, we added a 0 and another 0, and we know we will add another 0 to it. And that's what is in the future for all of you too, right? And the next one. That's not picture of my clock breaking, but that's Sam's. But you saw the video, in the video, our clock breaking as well. It was a dream come true. Anybody who's in the traffic 3 hours in the morning and 3 hours in the evening, that should be the biggest dream more than anything else, to not waste life breathing the beautiful carbon monoxide being emitted all over the place. Right? And the next one. That was my big dream. You know, this is the picture that was there in my dream book for many, many years. When I was young, when I was a child, you know what my dream was? My dream when I was a child was that at night I should go, break the lock of a bookstore, take a truck, rob all the books and bring them home. That was my dream. And so I put the dream of a library in the house. That was one of my dreams. Next one. This is how we used to this kept expanding. It became from 2 to 4 to 5, and we filled all of them. But then the next one is we made a full-fledged library in our own house now. Your subconscious mind will just keep working behind the scenes for what you really want. All you have to do is just dust off that dreaming machine and start putting those pictures. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about what others will think. Don't worry about when it will happen, how it will happen. You start putting it first. That's the first thing you do. And the next one, that is when we got married, the same thing which I learned, I told Taru, you should write some dreams. Just like she didn't have many either. So that is September 5, 2001. And I'll read it for you because you can't see it from here. The first dream was, one of the things I liked to do when I was young and couldn't was, fly radio-controlled airplanes. So she wrote radio-controlled airplanes for Ankur. That was her dream. Then I wanted a home theater, so she wrote home theater for Ankur. That was her second dream. And the third one was her dream, which was, 2 capris, 4 shirts, and 3 sandals. That was her dream initially. It is okay. But guess what? They all came true. The next one. We were in Scotland, took a long vacation, a 10-day vacation with Adi and Avni, and I ordered a surprise radio control aircraft for him. 2 days we just did that. We had a ball of a time. If you come to my house, I've got helicopters and planes of all sizes and shapes. I've wasted so much money. I call it investment, other calls it wastage. But it's just me. When I was young, I used to go to my aunt's place and play with Lego bricks. Lego bricks, how many of you know Lego bricks? Those are these small bricks of Lego, very costly. And we just couldn't afford them. You would not believe I spent a fortune on buying Lego bricks. I buy them in the name of Adi, but I play with them. You just find time in your life first. You get out of that traffic, get out of that review meeting, get out of tomorrow's status review, and all your deep down dreams will start coming out. They could be anything. They could be funny. They could be stupid, but they're yours, and that is what is important. And the next one, this picture was there in my dream book for a long time. That is Oberoi Wildflower Hall, Shimla. That is one of Oberoi properties in Shimla at the top of a hill, and I had this fascination for this place. I used to tell all my leaders, one day we'll have our own Emerald Club over there. I've still not gone there. And 5-star was way beyond us for all these years when we were working and when we were kids also. We could never imagine being there. But the places we've stayed in, it'll blow your mind. I'll show you the next one. That's in Cape Town, overlooking the ocean. That's the biggest hotel in Cape Town. Beautiful property. You have to go there to believe it. And the next one, we stayed there for 10 days. That's the Alaskan cruise, which goes to Alaska all the way to the glaciers. And it is an ultra-luxury place to be in. And the next one, that's the Venetian in Macau, the most expensive hotel over there. It is amazing what will happen once you start dreaming big. And the next one, that's the Grand Chancellor in Hobart, on an island called Tasmania, down south in Australia. There's this yacht bay over there in front of you and the open sea, and it is just so beautiful a place to be in. And we just don't go there and then find budget hotels and restaurants. We go in style, that's all paid for, business class. And the next one, it is just a joy to be able to go like that and travel like that around the world. And the next one, that one, our upline also understood that unless you can visualize it inside, it won't happen outside. And Manipal and Renuka were down for a leadership. We were not Diamonds at that time. Diamond was a little far. We couldn't see it ourselves. But they asked a downline to play Rocky music. They brought us up and raised our hands saying, Ankur and Taru will be Diamonds next year. Guess what? The next year and the next picture, we were brand new Diamonds. And that is the ultimate dream. If you are a core IBO in this business, the dream of your hands being raised by your upline at the FED, it's a feeling to feel. And the next one. And the next one. Adulation and speaking in front of thousands of people. As a software engineer, it was not my dream. But when I do it today, it gives a kick, And when you will do it, it'll give you a kick too. It's the best it's a different kind of a feeling. It's a different taste which is not defined in the books, which you get when you do something like that. And the next one. Oh, this is at Madame Tussauds. 4 are real, 1 is not real in that. Guess which one? They booked the entire Madame Tussauds for us. No guards, no security, no staff, and that's why we were able to take pictures like that. Otherwise, you can't come near those statues, really. And the next one. You can't sit on Obama's desk and point to him, really. But it was a joy. It's this class. And the next one. Getting a video done. The video you saw in the beginning, it was such a joy to get it done. And the next one. It's just fun to do some of these things which we don't do regularly. And you must have seen this in the Times of India and the Economic Times last week. One thing that will happen, doesn't matter how much money you make, your name will never come in the newspaper. So that stands false now, because it comes in the newspaper also. And this is a vacation which we took at the drop of a hat. We had such a ball of a time, and Taru will talk a little bit more about it. But, and the next one, beautiful. If you can do that, get the time and the money and the resources to be able to do that with Taru's entire family. We spent a good 7 days just hanging out, doing nothing but talking, loving, sharing with each other and creating memories. And the next one. This is in store for you. The question is, are you ready to trust what we say, what Napoleon Hill says, what you hear on a CD, what every successful person in this world says? And this will be your future as well. And I'd like to bring up Taru and then wrap up.
I really do hope that, all of you are itching in your chairs and thinking that so much Ankur has told, let us give it one shot. How many of you are really willing to make a dream book tonight? Please do it, because because, you know, by tomorrow your logical mind might take over. So protect yourself from your logical mind and do it tonight if you can. I would want to share with you, you saw a piece of our life here, but the thing that I'm enjoying the most about my life because of this business, that was the simple reason. Can I see a raise of hands? How many girls, you're sitting here in this room because your fiance or your husband or your husband or your fiance decided to build this business and you're there supporting them. So many of you, you started the business like me. I'm happy that you made that choice because, you know, this is one thing that took us diamond. Very early on, this was, you know, there is my headquarters shifted on day one. The moment Ankur and I, when we got married, I saw this business only because of him. And then all our decisions started becoming one. It was our confidence that it was against what society was doing. It was totally different. But it was only because both of us stood united on that our parents didn't discourage us. I'm really telling you. So if you want to get diamond done, this is one thing that you need to fix. I'm telling you, the rewards I've had in my life so far, I cherish every bit of it. I enjoy each day of my life. And it's very, very few people you would meet in your life who would tell you that. I'm going to talk about some things that we can't show you up here in the pictures. Day before yesterday, I was talking to Adi, and I was asking him that, you know, why do you think we should be building this business? You know, children also pay a price when we are working hard towards a big goal. And so he said, you make lots of money. I said, okay, money can be made in other professions as well. So he says, no, in this, you're kind of your own boss, and it's nice. You don't work under somebody else. I said, okay, what else? He said, you have good people in the team. I said, how do you know? They come home, they have good habits, they don't drink, they don't smoke, and even your parties are clean. I said, even the excess party was clean. He didn't even come to the excess party because they have their own network, they hear. So then I asked him, what else? He said, you're learning good habits. I was like, Papa and I already have good habits. What good habits? He said, no, not that kind of good habits, the 7 habits kind of good habits. So you set goals, you speak positive, you have a self-talk. Then you read, then I said, what else? So you read good books, and they are different, and you teach us good things. I said, what else? You're learning new skills. I said, okay, what new skills? Talking to people. I said, but if I don't build the business, why do I need it? He said, no, talking to people, that is one skill that everybody needs. Would you agree? This is something that a 12-year-old could figure out the why of this business. Honestly, it took me 1 year to experience this in this environment and understand this is something that I could. You know, when we were new, I never knew that my picture would come in the newspaper. You know, maybe it was my secret desire because, you know, Ankur, his brother Arpan, Arpan's wife Nidhi, all of them, they were gold medalists and they achieved something in their state, and all of them came in the newspaper. I was the odd one out in the family, not anymore. So in fact, I used to, and you know, mothers are big manipulators. So I was, you know, my new thing with my kids is that success habits. I'm going to talk about it in a little bit, like Ankur was talking about principles of success. So I was telling them that maybe when I was studying, I didn't work as hard as Papa, Chachu, and Chachi, but I made up for it in the business. You know, and that's why the only person who was really excited about seeing the physical newspaper was Adi. We don't get newspaper in our house still. So Ankur was in Delhi that day when this thing came up. So he called Arpan in office and said, Chachu, can you please get the newspaper? So is that nice? Does that, you know, I never knew when I started that this could be something that I would love to see. And so one thing Adi said that, you know, one thing Bill Britt uncle missed doing. I said, what is that? He should have taught all the mamas कि बच्चों को कम नहीं डांटना चाहिए, कभी नहीं डांटना चाहिए. So I was like, so he says that if Bill Britt, so he really believes that if Bill Britt uncle would have taught, his mother would have followed. So that's kids, okay? See, a lot of us, a lot of moms sitting here, a lot of times we are wondering, we always go in this constant battle that when I'm out there building the business, I hope I'm not ignoring my kids. I hope I'm doing the right things with them. I hope that if they do slip away in their academics, it's not because I was not at home. You know, I want to tell you this. There are better lessons that our kids are learning just by being in this environment. I recently, you know, a lot of people come over and stay with us in our house, and one of the mornings, somebody had stayed over in the night, and I was having a cup of tea with her in the morning. It was summer vacation. The kids were hanging around, and this lady was telling them how she was raised in a village. She used to work as a farm hand, and she didn't have, when she got married, they lived on very little income. She didn't even have money to buy milk for her child. How she left her couple of months old baby to learn some tailoring just to make the ends meet. And then finally she got into the business and she went platinum on our team. It was such a joy for me to watch my kids spending time with a real-time hero. Another incident, another person, somebody they were hanging out with at home. So this guy used to be taking care of buffaloes, and he's a chip designer now. Yet another incident. These are some things that I'm just, you know, telling you from last month, because another girl had come home, and I didn't even know kids were around in the background, and I was asking her how did she get into the business and everything. She had come from another city. I was spending some time with her, and she was talking about how her parents didn't have money to support her education. Through and through, she studied on scholarship. She would have made like 600 chapatis in a day with her mom to help her out, and she's a mechanical engineer now building this business passionately. Tell me this, if Ankur and I were two professionals building this business, how many real-life heroes would my kids ever get exposed to? What better education can we give them? Like, you know, I feel when children are meeting people, they are learning a lot about dreams and achievement. They are growing up amongst people who have a dream and who have a determination. You know, every time a conversation like this happens, don't underestimate the kids. They are young, but they understand everything. They understand that they are very thankful for the life that they have. They'll know how to count their blessings. And the second thing is they understand that circumstances will come in everybody's life because the process of achievement is going to be the same. I don't care what grades, because if we set the success habits, the work habits right, success is bound to come. You know, this environment is making up for what we didn't do in school. I'll tell you another thing. I see that a lot of people, a lot of us in the business, they have, you know, a talent, genius, IQ, whatever you call it, there's magic in the hands. The only reason that they don't have, don't have the business that you desire to have is only because the lack of discipline is the enemy of a huge success. That is the only thing I'm working with my kids this entire summer. In fact, Adi was asking Ankur that none of my friends are working hard in the summer. Why are you making us work hard? The only we just gave both of them 3 tasks each. And the rest of, you know why? We just want them to learn how to plan their day, what to say no to, because ultimately that is where we see adults making a mistake. Whatever comes your way, anything which is pleasurable, you want to pick it up first, don't we? Naturally, all of us want to do that. But if you are responsible for the outcome, so they knew that if they do these 3 things, they are free the whole day. But if they keep postponing, if they miss it, their rewards the next day are plugged out. So it may be tough parenting, but they are learning success habits. I am so glad, because I got this exposure post 24 years of age after I came into Brit Worldwide. But what a blessing that they are growing up in this environment. So this is something that maybe pictures couldn't tell you. See, and how many of you moms would love it if your children go to a holiday to Scotland as a surprise? That's what we did. Their summer vacation ended in Scotland. Worth it for the hard work they did in the summers? Would you want to take your kids on a vacation like that? Why not? I would have studied double hard if my parents gave me that option. You know, so it's just that, you know, they have to, I mean, all of us need to understand that equation in life. So I want to tell you that, you know, it is okay to, when it was time in our business to not focus on something else, like delayed gratification, Ankur was talking about, so many other people have spoken about it before. We were not focused on setting up a house, buying jewelry, buying cars. We were just not distracted because we knew when our business needed our time, our money, we fed it completely. So whatever it means, if it means not buying a phone, investing in a queen set, picking up air tickets, whatever it is, do it because your rewards will be multiple folds. I'll tell you, this vacation is very, very special for me. Not because of the place. Yeah, Scotland was very, very beautiful. But I'll tell you two things that touched my heart. Number one, it was my dad's 70th birthday. And the day, it was not a grand celebration. It was just all of us, the family. And he said, this is the best gift you could have given to a senior citizen. Just the gift of togetherness, of the family being together. He loved it. I wouldn't put a price tag to it. And second thing, which is, Ankur did something very, very special for all of us. I also didn't know it. And one of the evenings, we were sitting in a beautiful cafe, and we are used to, we become so expressive when we are building this business because we share in night owls, we share our hearts out in our casual hangouts. We learn to appreciate each other verbally. Let me ask you, how many of you grown-ups have called your parents or told them over in front of them that you love them? Raise your hands if you've done it in the recent, very few. Turn around and see. It is, in that cafe that day, Ankur spoke up, he spoke about each person of my family, each member of my family, about something he really appreciates about them, and he thinks that it stands out in them. I am telling you, that was the highlight of our family trip. And if Ankur and I would not be together, I mean, it's a big deposit he has made in my life, in my account, because there's no paying back for that, really. And I'll tell you, it was such a magical moment. This business is more than it meets the eye. We were, in fact, how many of you girls would love to, these are, material things are very small, but when you have the free hand to shop for your loved ones without any budgets, without any questions asked, it is a different game, I'm telling you. In fact, when we came back from our trip, Ankur ordered something for my brother which was totally uncalled for, just to see a joy, maybe in my face or his face, I don't know, but he just ordered it. It is seriously no occasion, no reason, nothing. It was a big ticket thing, guys. It is not. So my life is so full. My life it is so blessed. And I wish upon each one of you that I wish I had more time. I would have spoken about my experience with this shoot. The only line I want to tell you girls is this. I am somebody who's happy at home. Home is my heaven. And believe me, for somebody like me, this was, a lot of people who like the glamour, the style and everything, you would love it. But believe me, if you're somebody like me, left at home, you're the happiest, you would love the experience no less. I am telling you, the best thing I loved is my family groups got, their jaws dropped. I didn't post any pictures. Other people posted pictures, and I was flooded with messages. I'm a part of very few groups, only family groups. I was flooded with messages because a lot of people thought, I don't know what is she doing with this crazy guy, getting a good education and wasting their life. Everybody is like, but we finally did get pats on the back. But see, this is 16 years later, so guys, hang on. It'll come. It's a life, takes a full circle. Enjoy building this business. Here's Ankur.
It was wonderful talking to all of you. We know your dreams are coming true, and we are waiting to hear from you here and around the world how your dreams are coming true. And we wish and pray for you every day. Go Diamond and see you on the beaches and mountaintops of the world.